Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Uhfgood, and for you it's just going to be the second half of the day, the same day as my previous videos, and for me though it's actually the next day, because I should have gotten this done yesterday, but I was busy. So, and let's see, what else do I need to do? I need to check that. Ooh, like that. Okay. Whoa, what the hell? What the what? What just happened? Odd. Odd. Very odd. Okay. Alright. This one. And what else we got? And where's Discord? Come on, where is Discord? There we go. It's off on the other screen, that's why I'm just talking. Okay, so I don't know why doing this a lot stopped it from started making it do weird stuff, but okay, so now yes. Hold on, I'm just adjusting the position and changing the size of my IRC client window. Okay. Now, I guess we had finished the waypoint control, or we created the waypoint control script. We didn't actually, finish it, I don't guess, but you're going to need to start updates, so it doesn't make sense to remove them. The script should look like this, which it does. You're going to need to tell the nav mesh agent. The top of the script, right, we already added that. It's right in here. Top of the script, okay. Above the start menu, add the start method, add public. That's right here, public nav mesh agent, nav mesh agent. So I was on number 3. For some reason I thought it was 6, but this doesn't go to 6, so I guess it was 4. That I'm starting from 4, I guess. So what else do I need to do? Oh yes, I need to do this, just like that. Okay, or I can do this, or I can do this. Oh, wrong one. I'm still working on that, just because it looks cool. Okay. Alrighty, let's go. Let's do this thing. Next, you need, I don't know, I'm finding that I don't like wearing my glasses more and more each time now. But even nowadays, I used to could see up close, real close, really good, and now even that's kind of blurry. So, I can't really get into focus, really. I mean, kind of can, but it's not real bad, though. I can read it and everything. It's just, my eyes are just getting worse now. Okay, so next you need to set the waypoints the ghost should patrol. A new nav mesh agent's destination is a vector 3, a position in world space. But if you made the waypoints vector 3s, you will have to manually set all the positions and hope that the numbers you use are accurate. Instead, it makes sense to have a collection of empty game objects and use their positions as the waypoints. These game objects can be moved around the scene much more easily, making any changes you want to make much more simpler. Rather than have having references to a collection of game objects, though, you can just have references to their transform components. You could simply have several public transform variables and set each one separately in the inspector window, but this doesn't allow much flexibility in how many waypoints each ghost can have. Instead, you can use something called an array. I know what an array is, at least programming-wise. An array is a basic collection of variables that exist together. They are defined using square brackets. At the following line, just below the nav mesh agent variable declaration. So that's in here. Just below that, let's call it public transform waypoints. Okay. This line of code is declaring a public variable called waypoints, which is an array of transforms. Next, add a line to your start method to set the initial destination of the nav mesh agent. So, we're going to set the initial destination, nav mesh agent dot set destination waypoints 0 dot position 7 semicolon, and we're done with that. Mark that step completed. Awesome. Awesome sauce. How do arrays work? Let's explore this to understand a little bit more about how arrays work. Your line of code is calling the setDestination method of your navmesh agent component. It takes a vector 3 as a parameter. So you are using the position property of the first waypoint transform in the array. The individual things that make up an array are called elements. Individual elements in an array are accessed using their index in square brackets. Think of the index as the number of elements you would need to skip over from the start of the array to get to the element you want. You don't need to skip over any elements to access the first element, so its index is 0. I guess that's a good way to think of them. I always never thought about it that way. In my head, I've always thought of the index minus 1. So the first element number 1, is actually index 0. So it's 1 minus 1 is 0. And that's why I always thought of it. I never thought of, you have to, if you don't, it's how many you have to skip over. Because that doesn't kind of make sense. So I skip over, so I set 23, I'm skipping over 23, and how does that make that number 24, So, anyways, that's just how I think of them. 10. Add additional destinations. Let's carry on adding to your script. Your ghost needs to move on to the next waypoint when it reaches the last one it had set as its destination. The easiest way to track which waypoint is next is by storing the current index of the waypoint array. Below the waypoints array declaration, add the following code. Int m current waypoint point index waypoint current waypoint point. Next, let's move on to the update method so you can use this index. In the update method, you need to perform a check. You want to know if the new navmesh agent has arrived at its destination. The easy way to check this is to see whether the remaining distance to the destination is less than the stopping distance you set in the inspector window earlier. Add the following if statement to the update method. And that's what we're going to do. If nav mesh agent dot remaining distance. Oh, come on, you stupidness. That remaining distance is less than nav mesh agent dot stopping distance. Ooh, doggy. Then you do what? Nothing just yet. Okay, if you say so. Alrighty. Now you need to update the current index and then use it to set the navmesh agent's destination. To do this, you will use a new operator called the remainder operator, which is represented by the percentage character. And actually, that's called the mod operator or modulus, which is essentially the remainder operator. It's what gives you your remainder. So it gives you the remainder of your it gives you a remainder. Add the following code within the if statement. M current waypoint index equals parentheses m current waypoint index plus 1 mod waypoints dot length semicolon. Actually, I'm going to put this on another line. Right there in another line there. That's the way we likes it. And that would be the end of the video. Stay tuned for the next... Dang you. Cancel. Stay tuned for the next video. And let's go ahead. Oh. That's not what I wanted to save. Anyways. Control S. Saved here. Okay. And this isn't going to make for a very interesting thumbnail, but it is what it is. And I will see you in the next video.